Alright, who wants to build a Gigmaster Super Sifter? I had a lot of requests on my YouTube site to come up with a video to show how I built it. It works really great, and I'll show you some things here in just a minute online, the reasons why it works great. But I want to show you first is this is not the first version. I've probably gone through about 10 different versions. I've made different sizes, shapes. Used to use metal, but of course the plastic allows you to put your pinpoint in. That's a key factor to it. Here's one, just a big square one. This one's actually got a 1/2 inch with a 1/4 inch inside of it. I've been using the 3/8, so is where I've kind of come down to use. I feel like it's pretty good size to use. But here's one that's made. Each time I usually change it just a little bit. Sometimes I've changed an inch here, just trying to do it. But one reason why I got it that size right now is I designed them so I could put them inside my cooler to carry them, but I ended up never doing it. But that was my reason. That was my reason for doing that particular size. But you can make them any size you want. Once you see basically how I make them, you can design and build whatever size you want. So I got all my stuff cut out, and what I'll do, I'll put up on screen here all the dimensions you need to cut first to make it this particular size. And all right, then we'll get started here in just a second and build one. So stay tuned. All right, before we actually get into building the Super Sifter, I'll go a few prerequisites for it. First thing I want to do is go over where I got the material from, and you can get material any way you want. This is just a couple ideas of maybe where to get some of the stuff at, but it costs around $44-50 just to make one before you can start off, unless you can find some better prices. If you do, let everybody know where you're getting the stuff at so we can all join in on the savings. This next slide here is actually the lengths that you have to cut all your pieces before you can get started. You might just go in and cut them all at one time so you have them all ready to go. The next drawing is showing the top section and showing the dimensions of the pipe that you got to put together. And don't get on me, these things are not to scale, so don't get on me about that. I just kind of did them real quick in PowerPoint. All right, and the bottom section is basically just like the top section. And here's the middle section, showing the lengths of everything and what you do there. I think the only thing I can't show in these drawings was the pieces that actually join all three sections together is 1.5 inches, because I basically compressed the fittings right into each other. Okay, so the next one is how you cut the oyster bag, showing the dimensions on that, so you know how to cut that out before you get started. And I just made a couple points here. The advantage of using a Super Sifter, it's completely non-metallic, so you can use your detector over and under the base to see if you have your target. You can use a pinpointer in the basket to retrieve targets. You can retrieve multiple targets from one scoop or retrieve multiple targets from the same hit. I mean, sometimes if you don't have the basket, you dig it and you go with your detector, see if it's in the hole, and you think it's in the hole, but you really have two targets, one in the scoop and one in the hole, so you don't actually lose a target. You also be able to see some non-metallic finds when you're in the basket, Indian pottery, arrowheads, and stuff like that. It's very durable to rocks and other abrasive material. It usually lasts a pretty good while. And it's pretty lightweight and easy to tow behind you. All right, well, that's it as far as the prerequisites, so let's get into building one. Okay, the first step we're going to do is build the top and the bottom framework. As you can see, the top and bottom, they're both the same. So that's the first thing. We're going to put those together right now, and we're going to put the long piece on first so we can kind of keep it level and keep it level on the ground. Okay, next we got these built, and the next thing we'll do is put all these little pieces in each one of these right here and glue those in. And then after that we'll start putting the pieces on that hold the floats on. But first let's put these in. Okay, the next step, I'll put these here together using the 4 ways actually, and these are not glued, so you can put these together, and what this is going to help us do is line everything up so that everything is straight. So when you pick this up and you get ready to put it on here, it'll fit straight. So anyway, put those together, put that on the end, get it ready, and then what we'll get ready to do, and then we're going to glue those on, and then we'll come back and flip the top piece of them, put that on, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, here we go. Okay, as you can see, I got the whole middle section put together right there, and none of that gets glued anyway. So That's good to go. And so what we'll do is we'll take that and stick it right on top of the bottom section and glue it in place. And then we'll take the top section and glue it on the top of that middle section. So the next time you see it, it should be all together. Okay, now just like I said, we'll put the bottom and the top onto that middle section. Now we got the basic framework together. So that's going to always stay like that. You know, we can always change the center part out with different size meshes or change the noodles out and all, but this part of it will always stay the same. Okay, now let's go ahead and get the mesh bent and put in place. Okay, so what we basically did here is bend the mesh. You know, you got 5-inch lip on each side, so basically bend it all up at the same time. Now what we'll do is we'll just slip this inside of the framework like that. And what we'll do next is go ahead and take stay straps and strap it in. So the next thing I'm going to do will be stay strapping all this in. And next thing you'll see it, you'll have the stay straps holding it all in place. And then we'll just pop the ends off here and put the floats on it. Alright, it's basically built now. I got to go in and cut all the end of the tie straps off. And then we're going to put some floaties on it. But it's basically put together. You can add more stay straps as you want. You know, you can make any modifications you want. But let's go ahead and pop the ends off and try to put a couple floaties on. Okay, if you put these things in really tight, you have to kind of pull it out, kind of give a little something tool to pull it out like that. And you should be able to take that off, slip the floaty in there, put that on like that. And you're good to go. This one's a little bit long. You can always adjust and cut the pipe a little bit if you want. And this one's a little bit tight. But it helps hold it in too, so kind of help hold it there a little bit. And you could actually take your, and if you don't have to replace these once they get really deteriorated, so you can kind of knock it on there pretty good for the time being for now, so that it stays on good. You won't need to take it off while you're in the water. So anyway, you put one of these on each one of them just like that, and you're done. All right, good luck on making one. If you got any questions, shoot me a message on YouTube. Okay, thanks. Oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. Wait. Oh my God, 2 of them. Look at this. Holy smoke. 2 friggin' quarters. Oh my God, they're silver.